Almost everything that the U.S. soldier carries and wears, except his weapons, is designed and thoroughly tested at NATIC's Clothing and Organic Materials Laboratory. The range of responsibility here runs all the way from dress uniforms for all occasions to bulletproof armor vests. Constantly seeking to meet the challenges of new environments, the team of highly trained specialists that make up the staff usually begin work by developing just the right material for the job. A complete dyeing and finishing plant operates on NATIC premises, where virtually any experimental dye or fabric can be manufactured to exact specifications. These fabrics are then subjected to specially designed tests which duplicate severe environmental conditions. They are bleached and pulled. Bombarded by intense ultraviolet radiation, which duplicates the sun's rays. This workout can compress 2 years of wear into a single week. Even the process of determining a material's color is done with precision. At the quality control department of the lab, this is accomplished with the aid of a specially designed machine called a shade spectrometer. Although these two samples of cloth appear identical in color to the naked eye, the machine, developed by NATIC scientists, has no trouble finding an appreciable difference. It not only detects a variation, but spells out exactly what it is, with enough accuracy to satisfy even NATIC specialists. Considerable work has already been done here in standardizing an optimum camouflage pattern for jungle warfare. Scientists here have learned that various fabrics register different degrees of fluorescence under infrared light and illumination now used in many night detection systems. NATIC camouflage researchers are looking beyond the spectrum of visible light waves. They are now working on camouflage fabrics which will help foil this sophisticated technique, giving the soldier even greater protection in the field. It's been raining in this room for 5 days. This is NATIC's rain court, one of several controlled climate chambers at the laboratories. Here, for large-scale tests of clothing and equipment, nearly any climate on Earth can be duplicated on few minutes' notice. From 70-degree sub-zero Arctic cold to blazing 165-degree desert heat. Even wind velocities of up to 40 miles an hour can be simulated, all for the purpose of pitting new products against one of the soldier's oldest enemies, the weather. Only when NATIC items have successfully withstood all the environmental tests that scientists can throw at them are they ready for use in the field by the fighting man. Many of the items recently developed have been designed to help solve special problems encountered by our forces in Southeast Asia. The new combat boot is a prime example. In Vietnam, conventional boots provided little protection against jungle hazards. In response to this need, NATIC lost no time in developing a new boot and seeing that it was rushed to the men in the field as quickly as possible. Designed especially for use in the tropics, this boot is considerably lighter. The nylon upper picks up very little moisture, drying quickly and permitting ventilation of the interior. It is also equipped with built-in protection against pungy stakes, a thin stainless steel plate incorporated in the sole. Another feature is the possibility of a blast-protective aluminum honeycomb wedge. The proposed redesign of a standard item is typical of NATIC's investigation to meet the needs of the fighting man. As a result of the extensive use of helicopters in Southeast Asia, support of Army aviation has become an important area of NATIC research. To protect chopper crews exposed to the hazards of sniper fire from the ground, NATIC specialists have come up with an entire set of lightweight body armor. The air crewman's new armor consists of a cloth carrier, or vest, with large pockets at the front and back, where the curved armor plate panels can be inserted. This lightweight armor is not made of metal, but a fused fiberglass and ceramic, and does not restrict a man's movement in any way. So far, there has been much praise for this new equipment, which has already saved many lives. Success in meeting the air crewman's needs has led NATIC to design an experimental vest of the same materials to protect infantrymen from small arms fire. Its use is primarily designed for men on patrol, standing guard, or riding in vehicles along roads where ambush may be expected. Now, for the first time, the age-old hope of providing the foot soldier with genuine bulletproof protection is becoming a reality. Another important NATIC research program deals with finding ways to lighten the infantryman's load. Studies have shown that a soldier functions best if his equipment does not exceed 40 to 45 pounds in weight. Achieving this figure is the goal of the LINCLO program. Some newly developed LINCLO items are already in use. The new load-carrying harness was done over from top to bottom. Made of nylon and plastic, it is now considerably lighter and contoured to avoid catching in jungle undergrowth. The new materials used for the LINCLO rucksack have been designed to resist fungus and chemical agents. Most important, the pack is fully 4 pounds lighter than its predecessor. A lighter entrenching tool. New sleeping gear. Every detail of the LINCLO program is pursued with care and concern to please the most critical judge of all, the man at the front. But the best of equipment is of no use to a soldier until it reaches him, when and where he needs it. Development of techniques for airborne delivery of equipment and men is another important link in the chain of NATIC support to the fighting man. Here at the Airdrop Engineering Lab, a staff of aeronautical engineers and parachute technologists work to provide the Army with the most up-to-date delivery systems that can be devised. Modern combat operations require airdrop equipment that can enable large numbers of troops and their supplies to be moved fast and accurately into specific locations. Recovering men from the dense jungle terrain where no aircraft can land is another problem, however. That's where this NATIC item, the trooper's ladder, comes in mighty handy. Meanwhile, on NATIC drawing boards is a proposed aerial retrieval system, which would permit a soldier to literally hook onto a low-flying rescue aircraft as it passed overhead at treetop level. The process of developing any new system or piece of equipment for the infantryman must always start with an investigation of the environment. What kind of conditions will he be up against? The work of NATIC's Earth Sciences Laboratory enables the Army to answer that primary question. Here, cartographers, meteorologists, and climatologists pursue a never-ending study of the Earth's many environments, analyzing and tabulating every aspect of climate, soil, vegetation, or topography all over the world, which might possibly have an effect on men or equipment. This vast amount of data is obtained by searching all possible sources, from old maps and surveys to photos taken by astronauts and orbiting weather satellites. And when the data they need is not available, the Earth Science Lab goes out and gathers its own, often sending experts to the far corners of the globe. As part of this continuing effort to serve the fighting man, the lab recently initiated Project Trend in Thailand. This study calls for a detailed analysis of the Southeast Asian tropical forest environment, not only at ground level, but at points within and above the jungle canopy. A 150-foot test tower has been specifically built for this purpose in a carefully selected area of a northern Thai rainforest. Sometimes the data collected by the Earth Science staff may seem purely academic, but it pays off for the soldier in many practical and sometimes unexpected ways. Much of the information analyzed and compiled by Earth Science teams at locations around the world is rendered visually in the form of detailed maps. These are prepared by experts in the lab's cartographic section at NATIC. Including such varied information as food geography zones and ranges of disease-bearing insects, these regional map series usually prove to be the most thorough ever done of an area. More important, in combination with the wealth of other data assembled by the Earth Science Lab, they are invaluable in helping the Army to know the soldiers' needs and to meet them in advance. At nearly the other end of the NATIC spectrum is the Pioneer Research Laboratory. Here, scientists are concerned less with studying existing data than with investigating technologies that will yield new data. On behalf of the foot soldier, the highly trained staff is exploring the future, studying biological engineering, the basic phenomena of materials, the mechanism of energy absorption, probing for new answers to old questions in anticipating the needs of the American fighting man as he enters the space age. One of the tools NATIC uses in this quest is the solar furnace. Set up just outside the Pioneer Laboratory building, this instrument can be used to concentrate the rays of the sun into a powerful beam of energy. It is helping Pioneer Lab researchers and others at NATIC to develop special materials and methods to protect the soldier from thermal and nuclear radiation. One such method is the thermalibrium suit. This may well be the uniform of the future. No matter what the extremes of temperature outside, the soldier within is kept cool and comfortable by a built-in air conditioning and heating system. The multiple layers of the thermalibrium skin protect him from a wide range of battlefield hazards. In effect, the soldier carries his own environment with him. The future holds many changes, and the men and women of NATIC's Pioneer Labs are already preparing for them. In the Unconventional Foods Division, the study of common algae as a food source of tomorrow is under intense investigation. Containing protein and carbohydrates in surprisingly high concentration, the food value of this tiny water plant compares favorably with that of soybeans. Yet in studies underway at NATIC, it has been found to grow rapidly under a variety of adverse conditions. This experiment is known as the cocktail shaker. Because, like most plants, algae takes in carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen, scientists believe it is nearly ideal as a food and air supply system for prolonged space flights of the future. In time, it may even be cultivated as an important source of food for the combat soldier on Mother Earth. As always, the accomplishments of the Pioneer Lab of all NATIC's divisions can be measured by the performance of the American fighting man in the field. whether facing the hazard of enemy fire or the hardships of a hostile climate, the combat soldier is clothed and equipped to ensure his maximum health and protection. Supported by science and technology, the United States soldier of today is ready to cope with battlefield conditions existing anywhere in the world, thanks to the efforts of the Army Materiel Command's NATIC laboratories.